All right, Kenman here, and now for something completely different. Well, not entirely. I guess we have knives. We're gonna cut some stuff. What are we gonna cut? Looks like some veggies. What's going on? Well, the great and almighty Edyards loaned me this Two-Sun Santoku quite a while back. I've been sitting on it, staring at it. It is gorgeous. I did have a video, the unboxing, checking them out with some lanyards that he gave me. But I never got around to the video to cut, and he's been giving me hell. I got to get this back to him. But let's cut some stuff with it, and we can't cut anything without doing like maybe a little compare and contrast. I happen to have the Beast Kizer Cutlery Juan series, barely fits on camera. They both have very similar pin right there, similar wood. They're kitchen knives. We're cutting some stuff. I gotta make some spaghetti sauce. Let's go. Partially brought to you by Edyards, the Durban himself. And then this is mine. I bought that at retail price. I do these videos because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment down below. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't have a script. I just hit record. We're going to do it. I am making some spaghetti sauce, so I figured it's an opportune type of ingredient to do this with. All right. We shall do the first cut with the Two-Sun. Oh, wow. That slid nicely. I have not pre-sharpened these or done anything. I basically washed them lightly just to clean them up a little bit in case there was any residue or anything on there. I don't know how everyone does their bell peppers, but I do mine like this. I do the crown. That slides through really nice. And then I'll turn all these up, and we're gonna just get a few. This knife is slicing quite well so far. I like to have mine kind of a chunky sauce. A lot of times the ingredients you put in there will kind of break down a little bit, but I like bigger chunks. So we're gonna go in like this. I usually do that. I'm noticing in this case, this is a large tip, wherein a chef's knife with a thinner tip I can get in for this particular situation. So here is where a bonus for the Kizer lies. We will make a cut. What I'm going to do first is the old removal. I got forgot I have a discard bowl over here. Try to keep it bell pepper seed free. So yeah, I like to get in there like that. Be careful, as always, and get rid of most of that. Cut her up the middle, and then you can kind of remove the rest. I'm noticing a con with the Juan, with the Juan series is it is really long. So if I had something huge that I needed to cut, this would be great. But when you're trying to get close, I'm way back here. I don't want to choke up off the handle completely for this particular task. This will beat the Two-Sun in this case. So because the Two-Sun does have that wider tip, so they both have pros and cons. But when you're in a kitchen, why wouldn't you have a little bit of everything? So I'm going to do 1/2 with the Kizer here. Oh, see, that took a little bit to get through the skin. See that? But when it does go, it's nice. Like I said, I did not sharpen either of these. This is just basically what you are getting if you were to buy one straight up. Get some chops going here. Get the knuckles curled back so that when you come down, you know your index or the tips of your fingers are not in the way. Like I said, I like to keep it all over the place. Fairly chunky. We'll look at our finished product in a second after we complete. So that worked all right. Not bad. Let's do the same thing with the Santoku. Ooh, I feel like the Santoku is sharper. It feels like it drops through faster and it just glides. See that? Just a nice drop. And we'll do that. Okay, missed that little center piece. I know I'm a little picky and snobby when it comes to ingredients that go into my sauce. Sometimes you can just dice this up, put it all in there. It's all good. But I usually get more, so it ends up really chunky. Another pro with the Two-Sun Santoku, with that size, it's easier to use the blade as a scoop, kind of a shovel to pick up and transfer. So there's another pro. Okay, grab a paper towel. Doesn't need to be wiped off, but we're making a video here. I'll try to keep a moderately pretty surface for us, even though I'm all over the place. Enjoy this type of a video? Would you like to see some more cooking, cutting stuff? Comment below. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. All right. Actually, let's save the jalapeno for last. Let's get a cry on. Okay, everyone might have a different onion style. I like to do top and bottom cut and then a little one like that right there. Wow, there's liquid in this onion. So I guess I can do it up here. I will take off that first layer. I usually don't like as much onion as a whole onion gives for a spaghetti sauce, so a lot of times I'll take off that first layer and get kind of picky with what I use, and sometimes I will save some of it for another thing. I might not always use an entire onion for one particular sauce. This is not cooperating. There we go. Just trying to get off that last little layer where there's, see this extra green right here? Not a fan. I'm just gonna remove that now. Who loves an onion? Okay, so what, we'll go back to the Kizer. Get a quick wipe. All right, so we're gonna all the way through. But I didn't cut up here. Did you see that? Oh, I got another one in there. All right, so I've done a bunch of splits that way. Now we'll do some this way. Be careful not to push into your hand. All right. Back to the Santoku, and let's instant shredded. See that? Look at all that. Now we can use that scoop. Transfer that over. This is where I decide how much onion I need. I used to cook a lot more. I'm single, live alone, and so cooking meals, nope, starting to cry, is a little different when you're only cooking for one. I generally will still cook for 4. It's just kind of the size of the planned meals that I've already been making for years is about, you know, a size for 4, and especially spaghetti. If I make spaghetti for 4, it's actually a couple meals for me. I can eat a lot. All right, we're gonna save the rest of that onion. I have plenty over here. Now we'll clean up our surface one more time. Woo, I am tearing up a little bit. I just want you guys to know I love the channel so much, and it just makes me so happy to make content. I tell you, the onions definitely can bring out the tears. And plus, it's all truth. I do love making the content. I love doing the channel. I appreciate everyone who tunes in. I never knew I'd have so much fun doing this. All right, let's get into the jalapeno. I'm on my own today. Sometimes I'll go a little more mild on the heat, depending on if I'm sharing, got some friends over or whatever. I tend to prefer a little more heat than most of my friends. I do have a couple buddies that do like the very hot. So it's cool. I make hot sauce. I'm actually gonna consider putting some of my I'm losing my mind. I have some powder from making hot sauces that is basically I make hot sauce, I strain it, and then when you strain it to get a nice smooth sauce, it leaves a pulp. I take the pulp, I dry the pulp, and then that pulp becomes like a powder that you can use for making sauces and stuff. So I could just use that powder, but I kind of wanted, these jalapenos look nice, and so I figured I would jump on them and get that going and give a little more crunch and texture to the sauce as well. The powder is going to add whatever flavor of the hot sauce that you derived it from. Because when you make hot sauce, you're going to have different... Gently. You're going to have different... sorry, my brain shutting off. Different ingredients in the hot sauce. If I put garlic and bell peppers and hot peppers, and maybe I need to cut this up a little bit more, and salt and things in there, all of those ingredients are going to be in that powder that you basically derived from that hot sauce. And so that makes those powders have a lot of nice flavors and flavors and notes that you get from all the things when you made that sauce. All right, boom, we've done it. We have a beautiful plate. We have a gorgeous Two-Sun Santoku, nice Kizer Juan series. This was fun. This was basically for the Durban, for Ed. Had to test out his knife. It makes some really short work of some veggies. Maybe I'll cut some stuff up. I got a few more things I want to make soon, and maybe I'll do one more test before I send it back to him. But it is gorgeous. Very tough and difficult to photograph just because of that Damascus. That blade is gorgeous. Really well made. Cuts nice. Feels good. I like the size. Other than the tip for getting in for some pokey type things, having an additional knife for that is good, but for a thick knife for just doing some good work, I dig it. Hope you do as well. If you're interested in how my sauce for the spaghetti turned out, stay tuned. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon. Little bonus footage. Here is our final product. Let's go ahead and dish it up. What do we think? The knife worked great. I'm going to eat some good dinner.